Welcome to Walking the Plane. I'm your host, Rob Duff. Please hit the like and subscribe button below, and feel free to drop me any comments or questions you may have pertaining to this topic in the comment section drop box below. Guys, today I'd like to come over and discuss panic packs and bug out bags, and how important it is to understand the needs and safety of taking care of your family in a catastrophic or Shtf situation. It's imperative that we know how to take care of our families, because if something terrible were to ever happen, we could never live with ourselves if we didn't know what to do. And it would always be in the back of our minds knowing, could we have done more? So let's begin. So this is a large frame bug out bag, aka panic pack, okay? There are many things inside this pack that are going to help you survive any type of SHTF or catastrophic event that may happen in our country. It's imperative that you know everything in these bags or anything that you put in your panic pack like the back of your hand. I also highly recommend that you and your family not only have one, but multiple different options and plans to escape or evacuate your home in case of a catastrophic event, as there could be one of many different scenarios that could happen in our country at any given day or any time, okay? So you guys need to make sure that you're doing that. Another thing is I want to elaborate on, guys, is what's inside these packs, okay? What do I need to put in here to survive long term? And more importantly, what skill sets or what skills do I need in order to live, say, out in the wilderness? Now, your first thing or your first thought is going to, you're going to want to bug in, is what people call it. Basically what that means is if something crazy happens, as long as it's not some type of insane nuclear attack and it doesn't affect your local area, that you can actually prepare inside and stay inside. You'll have the comfort of your own home. You'll have your beds to sleep in. You probably won't have water or power, but as long as you have some minor skills, you'll be able to stay alive no problem. And honestly, guys, to be quite frank, most people, that's really all they prepare for. They prepare to plan and stay inside. Okay, the reason why I highly recommend against that is because if something crazy happens, all right, whether it be a nuclear attack, which, may be unlikely depending on what happens and what's going on at any given time, but you need to know how to live in the woods. You need to learn how to get away from society and anyone in it. And the only people that you can trust is you and your immediate family. Believe me when I tell you. And I highly also recommend that you not only learn to shoot accurately from anything from 10 to 30 yards, but I'd also recommend that you learn how to not only hunt, but to also fish. So let's dive in this bag and we'll see what all we got in here, okay? This one right here is a larger frame one. I believe it's a 75 gallon is what it holds, or 75 liter holder, excuse me. So it is a very large bug out bag, okay? It can hold a lot of stuff. It's got double woven nylon straps here, and it's actually got comfort padding on the inside. So I have about 120 pounds, well, 110 pounds probably in this pack. No, I'm sorry, correction. On this particular pack, I have like about 85, 90 pounds. Okay, it's got a center strap so you can wrap around your waist to help hold the weight. All right, and it's imperative that you guys use this. And I would actually practice wearing these from time to time when you go hiking or camping with your family. And I highly recommend doing that, guys. You need outdoor skills. I promise you, you will need them. And I've discussed this in previous videos, but if there is a EMP attack, okay, 90% of the population within a year will devour itself. Okay, and what that means, without water, without power, 80% of our population doesn't know how to survive without the means that they have now and all the electronics and gizmos and gadgets to help them live. They don't know how to survive. They don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to fish. They don't know how to take care of themselves, not in the traditional sense, okay? So the first portion we're going to go over here is the top part, all right? Now, in this particular bag, let me unzip it for you. This is one of my go-to bags right here. I usually keep this in my laundry room along with a couple other bags for my daughter and my wife. Right here, I believe, yep, decontamination kit. If you have chemical burns, any type of serious chemicals or something that has gotten under your skin that's either eating through your skin or something that is burning you chemically, this right here is going to do the trick. I highly recommend it. you know, whether you have a chemical tack or somebody wasn't able to get their chem suits on in time, you know, once you get to a safe place, you need to address those injuries, obviously. You can also use this to for cuts, abrasions, all sorts of stuff, guys. So this is an awesome thing to have. And again, you're not going to be able to find this in your average first aid kit here. All right, this is the cool kit. All right, most of you guys have something similar to it. This one's kind of neat. It's got a solar powered flashlight in it, swabs, tape, band-aids, pens, sterile equipment, just some here's and there's. Nothing for severe trauma, in my opinion. You could probably make some makeshift type stuff out of here in a real crappy scenario, but hopefully you wouldn't have to do that if you prepared correctly, right? So there's this one. Okay, guys, I like to just have a small one, obviously for car, kitchen, camping, travel, office, sports, and or home. Okay, so that's a really nice little kit to have there as well. Next thing I'm going to pull out here is going to be the wrapping. Okay, and you can use this for pretty much anything. And again, it's obviously not going to be able to fit in a little first aid kit like this that you can pick up at Walmart or online. But you can use this for multiple different things. After you dress a wound, you want to just double wrap it, make sure it's really good, or you can even makeshift this, use it as a sling, and you can use tough wrapping like this for multiple different scenarios. Okay, let's see here. What else we got in this beautiful pack here? Okay, here's a really important one, guys. And many of you don't even realize this, but could you imagine if there was a fire or one of your family members got severely burned and you couldn't address the problem properly? Now, guys, it's one thing to have this stuff, it's another thing to use it. So I highly recommend that you go on YouTube or online, or even, you know, take it a step further and actually take some classes in this stuff and actually learn how to use this stuff. All right. I have done quite a bit of research on everything that I own personally, so I know how to use it mostly. I've never used it in the field, thank God. I don't want to have to, and I have, you know, had to administer CPR or a form of CPR years ago, but this kind of stuff, you know, takes it to a new level. So, but it's important to be prepared. So this is a dry, sterile burn dressing kit. Okay, super combat ready. Okay, it's military grade. And again, this is the kind of thing that you're not going to be able to find at Walmart or anything like that. You're going to have to find it in an Army Navy surplus store or a medical surplus store or online, okay? But could you imagine one of your family members being severely burned and you couldn't dress it properly? Not to mention if, you know, bacterial infections kicked in and you didn't have any antibiotics, and oh my goodness, it would just be a mess. So this is another great thing to have. Guys, if I can find it, another thing I want to show you guys is a tourniquet. I believe I have a tourniquet in here. Yes, tourniquet, okay? So this is imperative, and I'm not trying to take this and make this entire video about medical supplies, okay? So I only have about another minute to go over the medical stuff, but I feel like this is probably one of the most, if not the most important topics to talk about inside a bug out bag. But this is going to be a tourniquet right here. Okay, you slap it on. It's got the hard piece right here, so you can actually make it ridiculously tight, which you need to, because if you have a snapped artery or you got somebody holding the artery, you don't want that thing jumping back up inside of someone, and then you're going to have to, you know, have somebody try to fish that artery out. Trust me when I tell you, I've seen some crazy stuff where you do not, and also heard some crazy stuff that make your skin crawl. So it's imperative that you have one of those. Let's see here. Okay, so combat gauze, this is imperative. This is quick clot. A lot of you guys may have heard of this. This is a Z-Pack, which are very common in the military. If you ever have a gunshot, knife wound, anything like that, you just stick one of these little rascals in there, shove it in there real deep, okay, and it's going to expand tremendously. And it should help the hemorrhaging process, or not the hemorrhaging process, it should help the healing process and the clotting process, okay? So we got some quick clot. We got some standard medical supplies that I just like to keep in there. This is just going to be like some cleansing towelettes, more gloves, sterile gloves. And then I have a chest rig or a chest seal, okay? If you ever get shot or stabbed and it's really deep, okay, past your chest cavity, whether it's in the lungs or not, a lot of people don't realize this, but you can actually suck in air, and that air can actually get trapped inside your body, and it can cause some serious problems, okay? And I can't think of the medical term for it right now. I'm not a doctor or nurse, but I promise you it's bad. So you need to learn. These are really easy to use, guys. I've watched multiple videos on these. So just one more good thing to have in your arsenal. One more thing before I go to the next pouch here, next pocket. I also feel like it's imperative, I don't have one in this particular bag, but it's imperative that you also have some type of decent sized tarp, something that you can wrap on a lean-to when you make a lean-to out in the woods. And I'll make videos on how to create lean-tos when I go back out camping again. But you can make lean-tos and tarps in general. Just you can make quick tents really easy, or you can integrate it into the fort or lean-to or A-frame structure that you can actually make out in the woods. So I'll go over that in a later video, but I just wanted to drop that in real quick. Let's get to the next pouch. Guys, I'm gonna now open the top, okay, and show you kind of what's in the bulk of this thing. All right, this is waterproof and rainproof, this particular bag, which is great. It's also got a secondary shield on the inside here that'll keep your things dry. All right, so let me just open that secondary seal. All right, and first off, I have a massive bug out bag. I have a massive sleeping bag. It is meant for 10 degrees below zero. This particular bag right here, I actually picked it up online. It was about $80, so it was fairly expensive, but 2 people can sleep in this thing. If you have a little one, or even a third person, if you really had to, you could squeeze a third person in here. And this right here will, this is life or death right here, guys. Okay, this is going to be a make or break scenario, especially if you can't get a fire started. It's also waterproof on the outside. Okay, so you throw your tarp up, you get this thing underneath of it, and I promise you that right there will save your life. Okay, underneath this bag, all right, I have my field kit for eating. Okay, got a pot, pan, a little cup inside of there, and I'm not gonna undo this entire thing here. I've done it once or twice already. This particular one's never been used, so it's pretty much brand new. This is a cheaper kit. You can get these at Walmart for like $5 or $10. It's really all you need, guys, and it's the reason why I really picked it up is because it's so lightweight. Okay, but you're definitely going to want to have decent kitchen or decent cooking equipment when you're camping. Okay, you can makeshift stoves and things like that. No need to purchase things like that in my opinion, but you do need some type of cooking ware. Okay, so next up, and this is going to be a really important one here. This is a universal shovel. Okay, this thing is going to be a lifesaver for you, and let me explain.